In a historic move on Saturday, 196 countries reached a landmark climate deal in Paris. First time, the developing and developed nations agreed to lower carbon emissions and curb rise in the global temperature to well below 2 degrees Celsius. India hailed the accord as its concerns for developing countries were addressed in the climate summit.
Pour le climat est accepté.
Global climate deal adopted to the standing applause and whistles of delegates from almost 200 nations. After 13 days of intense bargaining in Paris, both developing and developed nations agreed on the landmark accord to cut carbon emissions.
Je regarde la salle, je vois que la réaction est positive, je n'entends pas d'objection. L'accord de Paris pour le climat est accepté.
US President Barack Obama hailed the agreement as historic, but warned against complacency.
Even if all the initial targets set in Paris are met, we'll only be part of the way there when it comes to reducing carbon from the atmosphere. So we cannot be complacent because of today's agreement.
After the deal, the member countries are expected to cap the rate of global warming to 2 degrees Celsius. The agreement also involves mobilizing a minimum of $100 billion a year from 2020 to help the developing world cope with global warming. India welcomed the Paris Accord as its concerns for differentiation between developed and developing countries have been addressed. The push for more emission cuts by the developed countries also found mention in the final draft. The Environment Minister, however, pointed out that the deal could have been more ambitious.
We share the concerns of several friends that agreement does not put us on the path to prevent temperature rise below 2 degrees and that actions of developed countries are far below their historical responsibilities and fair share.
Climate justice! Climate justice! Climate justice! While the deal was greeted by the world leaders in Paris, the city also witnessed protests by activists who denounced it as a deal favoring the richer nations. Bureau Report, India Today.